G'day folks, welcome back to For Blau. This is my series of opening moves for the case blue scenario. Southern half of the front, just to remind you, we are looking at the the area south of this line. In the first video, I covered this breakout here up in the north, and in this video, I'll be covering what I hope will be this northern drive. Now, I said I'd take care of some administration at the end of the last video. All I pretty much did was address my trace supply, and I've done that by moving this truck less than half its movement out to here, converted it into an extender. That gives me 20 truck MPs to weave down to this detrainable hex. So what I can do now is I can trace supply can come out here to this detrainable hex, through to this extender, and from that extender to headquarters further down the road. So as this headquarters here, for example, that's as far as they could move, but as they move further down, they'll be able to trace back to that extender, at least until this rail line is cleared. My next objective, to explain why I've done this, the next objective in the north is to swing to the Dawn and then swing south to Voronezh and Blau. Alright, so I want to swing down here and force these Russians here to retreat. They absolutely cannot hold these positions. They must pull back, they must try and, well, survive basically. So they'll be giving up a lot of this railway voluntarily, and that will move the supplies forward. So this is really just a 1-2 turn extender. Yeah, keeping all these units in trace supply. So yeah, that's how I've solved that problem. Unfortunately, I don't have 5 truck points down here, so I'm not going to be able to do the same thing. I am, and this rail line is going to be interesting. All right, so it comes from here where I start controlling Kupiansk, and the double rail line threads along the Oskar River. So I'm going to have to think about how to get my supplies beyond Veluki. So looking at what we've got here, yeah, and I'm looking for SPs. Where are they all? Yeah, basically there aren't any in this area. Okay, so that poses a challenge. Okay, I just paused as I worked out that I could kind of highlight Axis Supply, which highlights in yellow my 10 SP back in Kharkov. So I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, geez, I can throw the 10 movement points forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I follow that road, I can get a fair way down that road. If I don't follow that road, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it kind of gets me to here. Now, hold on, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, look, nowhere past that bridge, that river. Sorry. So, look, whilst there's wide open space here, there's no rail, no road, no supply basically. There's this road from Korocha to Novy Oskol, and I've got the third again. They not many supplies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to bring headquarters back to here, and then 1, 2, 3. Like I will launch some attacks here, but that's not a priority. I think in this area I must clear Veluki and the surrounding areas, and I think this is going to be priority number 1, clearing that road, getting these 3 formations, 23rd Panzer, 3rd Panzer, 29 motorized, through here and along that road, Secondary priority is swinging this infantry down to secure this double rail line. So I absolutely need to clear this rail line, but for this video, and right now, I'm going to focus on what's happening to clear this road to Veluki and possibly beyond. We'll see what happens. Now, we've got some stacks here. So this is, again, reiterating, playing solo, learning the game. Vassal, it's hard to tell in this particular module if there is a stack. So I know there's a unit there. So I'm just trying to sort of quickly see if there's a stack in a hex without actually trying to look at their strengths. Okay, so and geez, and look at these action ratings: 4, 4, 2, 4. They're by themselves. Got the headquarters there, and we got a 1. Okay. So I don't like the chances of breaking through with an overrun as I did earlier. What are my other options? I think this is going to be more conventional. I might have to, in this area at least, I might have to just do a fairly standard move, combat, and here I'll actually rely on reserve movement to hope those combats go well. It's not going to be as smooth as it was up north. Okay, so that's going to take a bit more time to think about. There's a lot going on. There's a lot. I want to clear this road. I want to clear this road. I want to clear this rail. I want to clear this rail. I want to get across that river. Okay. Where do I look at first? Well, look, really, no air units there. Okay, I don't know why the Russians didn't set up air units there, but they didn't. We've got a fighter back in Ostrogozhsk. We will do a fighter sweep because we don't want them interfering with us. So we'll send out, yeah, we'll send out a 109. So we'll start the turn with, I just have to pause to think about it. Yeah, we'll start the turn with a fighter sweep, and we'll bring out our BF 109Fs out to Ostrogozhsk, to the airfield to force some air combat. So we've got 4 on 2. We'll bring them out just to show them. We will bring out the air combat. We'll roll 2 dice, plus a 1. It is a 9, plus 4 is 13, minus 2 is 11, which is a defender aborts. And the third roll was a 3, which is not a loss, so they are inactive and back at their base, and they return. Mission successful. All right, that, what have we still got here? Still got one fighter here, the MiG-3. But they're out of patrol range for now. In fact, there are no other aircraft within, even they weren't in patrol range. I was just kind of worried about interception. I may as well keep going. So we'll send, they're done. Oh, they're done as well. Let's look to see where my airfields are. There's a MiG-1 there. I've got a level 3 airfield, airbase. Alright, okay, let's do a fighter sweep out to here. So you don't roll flak. That's another mistake I made, which was pointed out. You don't roll flak for fighter sweeps. I made that mistake. Thank you. Who pointed that out? Chad Kennedy pointed out that there's no flak for fighter sweeps. So, again, roll the dice. It's an 8, plus 4 is 12, minus 2 is 10, is a defender abort. It's a 5, so that is a step loss, which is good news for the Germans. And then they return to base. Okay. That's taken care of most of the threatening air. Oh no, there's still this one out here. What have I got left? BF-109, E7. Okay, let's give it a go. It's pushing it, but we'll try. All right, 2d6 plus 1, an 8, 9, 10, 11, minus 2 is a 9. I've forgotten a 9 is a defender aborts, and it's another 5. So that's another step loss for the Soviets. Good, good. We are cleaning up their fighters. All right, now that clears most of the front. All right, we can now think about hip shoots. So really the only space I can see is here. And here, actually, do double hip shoot. And I've got spotters right next to the front here, so yeah, let's try a hip shoot. On that hex there, we roll for, I'll get the sequence up so we're doing this correctly. Declare the mission type, move the aircraft, resolve any air combat, there is none, no interception, flak roll. Here we go. A 3 is very safe. Okay, so we're targeting this hex here. Okay. We bring up the barrage table. It is strength 17. It is 2 RE unit. No hedgehog. Open terrain. No modifiers. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is within 10 hexes of my base. So it's 1 to the right. So it goes from 17 to 25. And a 9 is a 1/2. There's no hedgehog, so it becomes a regular 1/2, and a 2 will just be a DG result, which is fine. And they safely return to base. All right, now I'm going to try an overrun right here. So 3 movement points for an overrun right next to it. They can stay in combat mode. It gives me 20 on 6. AR is 4 to 2 minus 1 because they're DG'd. So it's a +3 modifier to surprise. And a 7, 8, 9, 10 is going to be successful, which shifts us 5 columns. So we go from 3 to 1. Sorry, here we go. 3 to 20 on 6. 3 to 1. I've also got to remember that OCS rounds normally, doesn't always round down. So I always forget that. Okay, so we go from 3 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 11 to 1, plus 3 is a 7, 8, 9, 10. A3, DL2. So they are gone. And we can advance into there. Okay, now having cleared that out, I've got this hex here, and again, I'm trying not to look at what's below. I just need to know the top combat unit, which is an 11-1. I'm going to try to do a hip shoot on there as well with my 87s. They will roll for flak. Hey, they take a hit. That's a step loss. Now they're only on 9. Now I think so I've got, well, the Russians have got 4 units, which is 4 RE, so it's 1 to the right, so it's 9, 1 to the right, within 10 hexes of their base, so looking at 17 to 24, 5, 17 to 24, 5 is just a DG result, which is just what we need. So they take some hits, but they can return, actually, well, they were not within, where did they come from? Yeah, they came from this base, which is outside the 10, which is not a DG. My apologies. Gonna have to bring in some more. So I can hip shoot again. That was a failure. Hip shoot again, flak roll, fine. We now are looking at 17, 1 to the right, 1 to the right. Look at this column here, 41 to 68 for density and... hold on, where did these guys come from? They are outside the 10 hexes, sorry. So just 25 to 40, 2, which is another failure. Come on, guys. Just need a DG result. Where are my aircraft? Here we go. Let's bring in the 88s. All right. These guys, come on in. Flak, fine. They are on 12 with 1 to the right. They're outside of 10. So there's 1 to the right for density. And a 7 will cause a DG. Yes, okay. Mission accomplished. Took up a couple of air units, but we got it done. And we do have that unit left there as well. I'll keep them in mind. All right, so they have now been DG'd. So I can now flip these guys into combat mode and send them forward. 1 and then 4 to end their turn here. And they will have a AR advantage of 4 to 0. Okay, so looking at surprise. That's not going to cause anything. We need a 9. Okay, that's frustrating. So we are looking at, I think it's 5.5, 6, 7, 8.5. 1 to 1, basically. This may not go well. Okay, 1 to 1 in the open. 6, 1 to 1, 10, plus 4, AO1, DO1. Look, I'm going to take that option. Oh, they're halved as well. So it's actually, didn't realise they were damaged. 5 to 1 to 2, 10, AO1, DO1. Yeah, they'll take the option. And they'll pull back to there. All right. I don't think I'm going to overrun with anything else. 1, 2, 3, yeah, no other units unless I bring in my mech. Okay, so none of these infantry units can actually reach. I'm not going to risk overrunning the Guards infantry division. Oops, didn't mean to look at that. What I was trying to do was clear out the road. Don't want to look. Yeah, I was just trying to clear out that road to really get around those guards, to clear the road through to Veluki. I can still do it. It just means fueling up, because these are yeah, trucked. It just means fueling up one of these divisions, which I may as well do. I may as well get them, because which one? 23rd Panzer, looking pretty strong. So my plan now, the adjusted plan, is to launch some standard combat around this stack and this stack, but then push my panzers through, ideally over on there if I can, but then start getting some attacks on this in this area. All right, so I'm just going to brush through, sweep through. All right, let's fuel this attack. Right, I am fueled the 3rd Panzer. Okay, so let's think about what they're going to do. As I said, they're going to push through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now to do that, they need to get into move mode. Now I'm just going to hit this artillery and then move in. Okay, so looking at an overrun. So I probably don't need much, really. Just looking at what these values are. So they're 4, so I could go 1, 2... they're trucked, so they can't go far either. I'll have to stop. Okay, so really looking at... Look at these guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to do the overrun. To get there and do the overrun. Now I'm going to... before I do that, hip shoot. May as well... oh, look, do I want to... Otherwise... I think I should do it. So, apologies. I'm just going to rewind a bit and bring these guys over. Flak. Nope. Hold on. That might be a hit. Modifiers. It's not in a patrol zone because there's no active aircraft. Okay, I believe that's right. Yes, you must have an active aircraft to make a patrol zone. So no patrol zones there, so no modifiers, so no hit from the flak. We've got 2 units here. Barrage, density, no modifiers there, not within 10. So we're just looking at the 12 to 16 column. 3 is going to fail. And they're going to return to base. So now I have to look on somewhere else for... They've been used, they haven't been used, they've been used. So let's bring on these guys. Okay, roll for flak. Fine. Same column, 12 to 16. 6 is DG. Excellent. All right, so they're disorganized. They're inactive, return to base. Okay, so it just makes it a bit safer for me. So now their AR is 0. So I'll go 5 to 0, surprise, achieved, shifts 6. So we go now from 3 to 1 combined, because they're halved, 2 of them. 3 to 1 in the open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we roll the dice. 6 plus 5 is 11, A2, DL2, they're dead. Okay, so the artillery dies, and we move in here. And that airbase is captured. Okay, so what we've done here is put myself in a position to attack. I'm across the river, can attack Veluiki. It's, as I said, clearing this road, getting supplies through from these headquarters along that what's called a secondary road is my priority. Once I've secured that, then I'll look to clean up the railroad. So with these guys fueled, we can go... we also need to clear out this. Now this is a bit tougher. This is an AR3. Now I could hip shoot them to reduce them to 2.5. Ideally, I'd want to bring some 5s, and I could bring maybe a 6 and a 4. So if I bring these 2 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. But before I do that, I'm sorry. Before I've got to have spotters. That's right. I've got to always make sure I bring spotters along. So this attack should have had spotters, so I could go reconnaissance. 1, 2, sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they spot. They've got to stop spot for that previous attack. Now these guys have ended their movement here. That's fine. Actually, they could go probably further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they'll end there because they can join that attack on Veluki. Okay, so then I can bring in these folks, park them on that road. Do I want to bring more in? Just in case the combat doesn't go well. This is going to be, yeah, may as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I kind of want to get some units across the river. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I'm going to put them in move mode to get across. Okay, so I'm doing things way out of order, but I've got my spotters here to spot here for a hip shoot. I just need to find some aircraft capable of hip shooting. They're done. They are not done. They have a huge range. They can make it. So let's fly them down to that hex there. We are going to roll for flak, for safe, and we are looking at it's a brigade, so just one RE, which shifts it 1 to the left. So we're looking at 12. This column here need a 7 or more. Of course, it's a 6. So that fails. And I might return them to here. Okay, I might have to start digging into my 109s. Hold on, we got some up here. Yeah, going to use these guys. They're going to fly up here. Flak, that's a hit. Now it's only a 6 with 1 to the left is there. I need a 9 or more. Fail. Okay, this is not going well. Oops. Step loss, mark inactive, return to base. We'll try again. Tactical bomber, transport. Yeah, I can use these. I know, I'm using these units I didn't want to use. Okay, flak. Oh, God. That's a miss as well. These hip shoots are not going well. But I really want to just DG this formation. They're done. I don't have much here. I've got a 109, which could try. All right. Flak. Miss. They're inactive. Return to base. They're completely done. I'm going to go strength of 1. They're done. They're done. Strength of 1. Hello, they're a long way. I think they can reach, so we'll send them flying down. Here we go. Flak is fine. This is a good chance here. 17, 1 to the left, a 6 or more will do it. Oh my goodness. Mark inactive. We will return them. I can get back to there, that's fine. Nowhere there. Nowhere there. Really pushing the limits. I think I'm just about done. Oh, these guys can reach maybe 43 hexes. Let's count. They're on 26, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, It's about 35. They can make it. All right. This is pretty much close to my last chance. Flak's fine. It's a good roll. They've got 5, but with 1 column shift to the left is a 4. And a 10 will DG them. Okay, wow. That took a lot of aircraft. Bring them back down there. But they are finally disorganised. Which reduces their AR to 2. So now these formations come marching in. And they've got 10 to 2.5, which is 4 to 1. AR difference of 3. So surprise. 6, 7, 8, 9 is a surprise. With 6 shifts, that's all worth it in the end. This is all working out nice. So we've got 4 to 1, 6 shifts brings up to 13 to 1, plus 3 is a 7, 8, 9, 10, AE2, DL2. So they are in the dead pile. Okay, it all worked out. So we've surrounded Veloki with this 3rd Panzer Division. Oh look, we can even swing all the way around here. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Look at that, they can make it. As can they. As can my artillery. And I'll bring my unfueled truck. So these trucks are empty. Can I think I can... No, I can't. Never mind. Actually, surely their trucks can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Load up. 6, that's 10.5. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. They can make it easily. All right, so we've got this 3rd Panzer Division surrounding Veloki, ready to attack it. I would love to throw some more air bombardments, but I'm out. Which, yeah, leaves us with the mess to clean up. As I said, I want to get these guys off the road, so I could dedicate maybe one of these formations. Which one? I'm thinking no, look, I'm just going to throw in my infantry divisions here and put these guys in reserve for now. That's a stack. That's going to be a tough stack. If I don't have to attack this formation, I don't want to. It's really tough, and you know, the fact that I'm breaking their supply lines means they should retreat. So which I'm thinking just kind of contain them and push them to the north, get them to run that way, Soviet turn, which means I can fuel the 23rd Panzer just to do something similar and just try and advance. Getting these guys into tray supply, that's something I need to consider. Okay, so, how am I going to get tray supply through to them? Adjacent, so after combat, actually I need to fuel their combat. I've got trucks here, okay. So I'm going to load these trucks up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why am I doing that? I can't even. That's not close enough. I need to clear this road basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a half. Yeah, I need to clear this road. Absolutely need to clear this road through combat in order to get trace supplies to these guys. Otherwise, they're in trouble. So clearing this road is pretty much the only way I can get trace supply through to here. 1, 2 and a half. Maybe I shouldn't have brought those down. So there, because I can't get supplies to them, I can get supplies to here. So I'll pull that reconnaissance unit just back 1 hex. All right, so this has to be really, really big combat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can throw. Oh, they can throw 10. 1. So that's it's 1 to load up. 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. 5 and a half. Actually, look, I'll do this later. I know I'm going back and forth, but I know I need to get supplies up. I'll deal with that in a moment. For now, I could fuel that one of these divisions. Oh, geez, I don't know. It's a real tricky situation here that I don't know how to deal with. These units absolutely must go. So I've got to throw everything I possibly can at them to clear them out. And that's going to mean a big combat. Should have DG'd this. I can bring artillery up to... where is my artillery in this area? AT... I don't know. See, some of these units are reduced as well. Okay, like I said, this is going to be my focus. So I didn't pay supplies. Oh, crikey, making a lot of mistakes here. They could have drawn on internal supplies. And the defenders fueled. Now, who did I send in? It was these guys. So they draw on internal supplies for theirs. We had 2 overruns, which would cost 2 supplies. You must pay for your combat. Okay, look, I'm looking at this stack here. So this is an NKVD unit. They must use their AR in defense. So I don't like the chances of getting... a good overrun result. But if I can clear... there's a good chance of killing them in combat. Certainly stronger than this stack here on the road. So... okay, I'm going to... 3 big divisions here. They are going to... I think focus their efforts on the NKVD unit and the guards here. I'm just wondering if there's any other overrun opportunities here. If I can overrun this, if I can get some units in there and overrun it. Oh look, I've got combat here. I can try and force them out there. Oh, what I'm thinking is I would love to put these guys in reserve, and I would love to clear everything out and have them rush down that road. I just don't like my chances of that happening. It's a kind of a bit of a gamble. I guess I could put them in reserve, and if the combat doesn't go well, they could follow up. Oh no, because supply happens before exploitation. So I should be using them now to smash through. See, 4 on 4, it's just not great. I could try and disorganize them, get a +2, try and clear them out. What that would do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd make sure these supplies can get through. Guaranteed supply to here. Trace supply, that is, from this headquarters. No, it's not that. Yeah, 8. Yeah, they throw their supplies all the way around there. No, I don't know. I'm torn. I'm really torn between throwing them in reserve or using them for combat now. I don't think I need to attack this formation here. They are going to pull away. I feel sure of it. Which means I'm going to create 2 more breakdown units here. Axis AR4 breakdown regiment, not Crimea, generic. Here we go, 1, 2, and they're just going to take their place in the line. And they're going to move up, and we're going to move up, and that gives me, yeah, good strong attack here. I'm going to bring these guys up as well. And bring these guys around. And bring these guys around to there. No, I'm not going to do that. They require fueling. They require fueling as well. So that's 1. So yes, I'm going to put these guys in reserve and put these guys in reserve and really cross my fingers. All right, so I could, another breakdown unit here. 1, 2, 3, just there, just to, yeah, keep the guards at bay. Okay, so look, that's it's not as exciting as the northern opening, but there's the plan at least. So once all my other movement is done, we'll move to the combat phase. I'm going to try and hit here, which will let me push supplies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let me push supplies, I hope, around here. Yeah, I might, look, I could even get this, I could even move this headquarters further up, or something. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So look, that's the plan. The plan is to not clear the road this turn, because these guys are very tough here, but force them to retreat from that road. There'll be other activity. Oh, geez, these are all really low, so I don't know what I can do down here, but I'm going to try and... Yeah, I've got a strength, full strength division there. They're a bit weak. All these units have taken... they've all broken down. So I'm not really sure what can happen around here, but I'm going to try and cut this rail line. But yeah, this is an important combat. So I'll try and find some artillery. If I can bring it up, I will. Very tempted just to not put them in reserve and attack, because they have artillery. They have good ARs. Strength of 10, 26, 27, 28, 29 on whatever's here. I'm sure I've at least got 2 to 1. If I can disorganise them, if I can find some air units, you know, even a lucky... Oh geez, they've been used. I've got nothing here left. Okay. Yeah, they need a 1. Not much left. All right, folks, I'll wrap up there. This has been really slow thinking about this one. But I'm on the outskirts of Veluki. Could be trouble with my supplies. Taking a gamble. But like I said, I've got this truck back here, and I might try and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I can't even get close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I get to there? What does Zox block? Okay, truck movement negated. Unit with truck that enters an enemy's OC must end its movement there or conduct an overrun. Oh, so I can overrun with trucks. Unit starting a phase in an enemy's OC. But this is negated, so yeah. So if there's any friendly combat unit, yeah. So I can move that truck to there, which will let... Oh, but I can't then get supplies further, unless I get another unit here and another unit here. I mean, I'm open to it. I could just sort of throw... Look, I'll consider that later on. That's part of my supply considerations, which I'll dwell on. 1, 2... You know, I can just move this unit here, for example. 1, 2, 3. And then just one other unit. These guys in move mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that truck with supplies can, yeah, help these guys to eat off the map if they need to. So yeah, I might do that as a backup plan, but I'll dwell on it later on. All right, folks. And yeah, as I said, not quite the exciting breakthrough up north, but we're making some movement. Thanks for watching and take care.